From ridiculous ball magnet games to having the most wayward kicking in games, these are some of the biggest and jaw-dropping performances in VFL/AFL history. Today, we are looking at the players who have successfully made the record books, some in which are extremely unlikely to be broken ever again, but also efforts that got somewhat close to recognition from 2025. Let's get started. In 2018, Tom Mitchell was a genuine ball magnet, but in the 34-point opening round victory over Collingwood, he went colossal. He racked up a massive 54 disposals, which showcased his unmatched work rate and inside craft. A Brownlow medalist and two-time All-Australian, Mitchell is an example of a great influential player, particularly in his Brownlow year. 2025's best effort so far is Bailey Dale. He racked up an impressive and career best 49 touches in the 91-point win over Essendon in round 10. The record is shared by two players, taking 24 marks apiece. Greg Park for Melbourne in 1970 in a win over Essendon, and Brian Lake for the Western Bulldogs in 2007 during a win over Brisbane at the Gabba. This is a record unlikely to be beaten, considering the use of tagging we see week by week. However, in 2025, the most marks in a single game this year goes to Zach Guthrie of Geelong, racking up 17 marks in the dominant win against Melbourne, and winger Bailey Williams, during an impressive win against St Kilda in round 14, also got 17 marks. Triple Brownlow medalist and South Melbourne legend Bob Skilton was renowned for his toughness, speed and ball use. Throughout his 16-year career, he suffered many injuries, including several broken noses, broken wrists, many black eyes and ongoing concussion issues. However, he had an enormous 44 kick performance against St Kilda in 1967, which proved how much of a good kick he was, and a frequent ball magnet. 2025's best effort so far is Bailey Dale. He had 37 kicks in round 10 against Essendon, and in that game he also had 1,016 metres gained. The most handballs in a game goes to Matt Crouch for his 35 handball performance in a late season win over North Melbourne in 2018. He is known for his ability to win many handballs and mastering contested situations. In 2025, the best effort so far is Noah Anderson. He had 29 handballs in a tight loss against the GWS Giants, leading the way in the Gold Coast midfield stocks. Melbourne spearhead Fred Fanning had a remarkable 18-goal haul in 1947 and only kicked one behind. That is amazingly accurate, but the funny thing is that his haul came in his final VFL game. This is a record that will definitely never be beaten, as there is much more scoring variety in modern day footy. In 2025, Jesse Hogan had a strong outing against West Coast in round 4, kicking an equal career high of 9 goals. Alex Juselenko has the title for the most behinds in a game. He had the bizarre stat line of 6 goals and 12 behinds in a bloodbath over Hawthorn, where Carlton scored over 200 points. In 2025, Joel Marty kicked 0 goals 6 against Port Adelaide, and also kicked 2 out in the full, a forgettable game for him after kicking 9 goals against Adelaide last year on the Adelaide Oval. And Jake Melksham also kicked 6 behinds, but also kicked 5 goals against Gold Coast. He could have easily kicked 10 goals. Todd Goldstein had an enormous 80 hitouts against GWS in 2015, making it one of the most, if not most, dominant ruck contests seen in recent history. This year, Jared Witts highly dominated in the ruck, with 68 hitouts against West Coast in round 4. Rory Laird laid a record 20 tackles in a close loss against Collingwood in 2022, That same game, it was an extremely high pressure game. In fact, there were a total of 233 tackles combined from both teams, which stands as one of the most tackling games in VFL/AFL history. In 2025, Matt Rowell had the most tackles in a game so far this year, laying 17 tackles against Essendon in round 17. Paul Salmon, a ruckman, went to another level in this game in 1998. He managed to have 22 clearances against North Melbourne. He also had 35 hitouts and 32 disposals to go with this performance. Tom Green has had the most clearances in a game in 2025 so far, recording 16 clearances against Gold Coast. Ben Cunnington went maximum in 2018 against Richmond, racking up 32 contested possessions and had 38 disposals and 14 clearances to go alongside this. This year, Jack McRae has got the most contested possessions, with an impressive 38 disposals and 25 contested possessions performance against Fremantle in round 8. Lewis Young and Harris Andrews share the record for the most 1%ers in a game, both getting 25. Lewis Young in 2022 and Harris Andrews in 2018. In 2025, the most 1%ers goes to Alex Taru, Campbell Gray, Brennan Cox, Mac Andrew, Mark Keane, Darcy Moore, Harris Andrews and Harry Edwards, all getting 14 1%ers. Former Adelaide defender Nathan Bock's 20 bounces against Melbourne in 2009 is the record for the most bounces in a game. He also had 26 disposals and 12 marks in that game. In 2025, Nasiah Wagning-Millerer had 11 bounces against the Western Bulldogs in round 6, which is the most so far this year. From disposal dominance to tackling machines, the AFL's greatest individual performances are well into the footy folklore. And in 2025, a new generation is knocking on the door. Which record do you think can fall soon? Let me know in the comments. Give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.